Here's your guys' lecture notes on Vertex form, and this will help you guys for your Khan Academy assignment that's due tomorrow, which would be April 1st at 11:59 p.m. Alright, so your guys' first title for Khan is going to be Graph Quadratics in Vertex form, and it's going to be worth 4 points for Khan Academy. Okay? So, this, you guys, is Vertex form. F of x is equal to a times x minus h to the second power plus k. So h comma k, you guys, is your vertex, which is why it's called vertex form, because you can easily identify the vertex from that equation. Now just recall, whatever h value is, right, you guys, the x coordinate for the vertex will just be the opposite, and the k's will just stay the same. So let's take a look at some of the examples from Khan Academy. So example 1, they're going to tell you guys to graph this, okay? So the first thing you guys should do is just notice, well, our vertex is going to be -5, comma, 4. Remember, it's the opposite of that one, and this one, it stays the same. So there's your guys' first point. This will be your guys' first point when you graph it in Khan Academy. And now all you guys have to do is find your second point. So you should make an XY table. Now when you guys make your XY table, put your X coordinate of your vertex in the middle. Because remember, x equals -5. This is your axis of symmetry, which means that's your guys' mirror line, right? So we can reflect across that line. So for this one, let's just put a number right below -5 and a number right above. So now we just need to plug in -4 into the original equation to find another point. So -2 in parentheses, so plugging in -4 into that x value right there. -4 plus 5 to the second plus 4. So rewriting it, -2, comma, so -4 plus 5, you guys, is 1 to the second power plus 4. And then we're going to get 1 squared, you guys, is 1, so 1 times -2, -2 plus 4, which is just simply -2. So that value, guys, is going to be -2. So I'm going to erase all that. So this is -2. So if that's -2, then you know, because it's a reflect across the axis of symmetry, this is also going to be -2. So your second point could either be -4, comma, -2, or you can graph -6, comma, -2. You can choose which point, and then that's how you guys graph. Alright, let's do example 2. So example 2, you have the vertex, which is going to be -5, comma, -2. And this is going to be your first point. And now you guys make an XY table to go find our second point. So put your guys' axis of symmetry in the middle. Now this is different from the last one, because notice, you guys, this one was a whole number on the outside. This one has a fraction, and you can't just pick any points in this Khan Academy because they only want whole numbers. So you guys have to think, what x value can you substitute into here that will give you a number that's divisible by 5? Because on the outside, you're going to have to divide by 5. Well, if you plug in 0, 0 plus 5 is 5, and 5 can be divisible by 5 eventually. So we're going to do that. We're going to be plugging in 0. Because I know if we plug in 0 to here, we're going to get 5, and 5 is divisible by the 5 on the outside. Alright, so notice that 0 and negative 5 is 5 away from each other, which means on this side it has to be 5 away from each other, which will make that negative 10. Alright, so if you guys plug in 0 to here, 0 plus 5 is 5. 5 raised to the second power would be 25. And then you guys would have 25 times negative 1/5, which is negative 5. So negative 5 minus 2, that would give you guys negative 7. And axis of symmetry line, this would also be negative 7. So, okay, if you guys want to see that written out, negative 1/5 times 25, negative 2, negative 5 minus 2, negative 7. So that's what it looks like written out to get that first coordinate. Okay, so your guys' second points would either be 0, negative 7. You can plot that, or you can plot negative 10, negative 7. But you must always graph your first point too, which is the vertex. Now for example 3, it's the exact same thing as what you would do with example 1, except now, notice you guys, some of you can't recognize what the h value is in that problem. So, 2, this is how you guys rewrite it, times x minus 0 to the second minus 5. And then your guys' vertex for this problem would be 0, negative 5. And then you just plot it like usual. So that should help you guys when you're going to be graphing your vertex form in using quadratics. I will also be posting the videos on Khan just in case you guys want that as well. Alright, now your guys' next set of 4 problems are going to be word problems. So this is an example that I drew up, and we're going to look at this, okay? So an object is launched from a platform. Its height in meters, x seconds after the launch is modeled by h of x equals negative 5 times x minus 4 to the second plus 125. Now, you're going to be facing problems just like you guys did for the word problems in factored form. So what is the height of the object at the time of the launch? So notice you guys is asking for what is the height. So it's saying, well, what is your h value, which is this right here. So you want to find what your h of x value is. So you know you're still going to have h of x, because that's what we're solving for, is equal to. Now it says of the object at the time of the launch. Well, what is the time of the launch? What time is that? That's when x time is equal to 0. Which means you guys just have to substitute 0 in for your x value and then solve. So h of 0 is equal to negative 5 times 0 minus 4 to the second plus 125. And then we just solve from here. Negative 5 times negative 4 to the second plus 125. Negative 5 times negative 4 to the second power, you guys, is 16. So 16 plus 125, moving over here. Negative 5 times 16 is negative 80 plus 125, and that's equal to 45. 45 meters. So at time is 0, the object is already 45 meters above the ground. Okay, let's look at the next one. How many seconds? Okay, so when you guys read how many seconds, they're asking for your x value. So they want you to solve for x. After the launch, will the object hit the ground? When it hits the ground, you guys, what is the height of the object when it hits the ground? That's when h of x is equal to 0. So now let's solve. So let's use our original equation. So we know h of x is 0. So 0 is equal to -5 times 0 minus 4 to the second plus 125. Sorry, I put 0 into two plots. So it says how many seconds we need to solve for x. So let's solve for x. We're going to subtract 125 first. -125 is equal to -5 times x minus 4 to the second. We need to divide both sides by -5. 125 is equal to x minus 4 to the second. Now we need to square root both sides from this step. And recall from your guys' homework, you're going to get plus or minus that value. So we really have two equations. We have 5 is equal to x minus 4, or -5 is equal to x minus 4. Plus 4, plus 4. 9 is equal to x, or -1 is equal to x. So we either have it will hit the ground in 9 seconds, or it will hit the ground in -1 seconds. Well, it's gonna be 9 seconds, you guys, because you can't have time be a negative number. Okay, next problem. How many seconds? Okay, so right, they're asking for x value again. They're asking for the x value again. Will the object reach its maximum height? Okay, anytime they mention maximum height, you guys should automatically be thinking about your vertex, right? So, well, what's the seconds at your vertex? Well, let's find our vertex then. But remember, this is in vertex form. So your guys' vertex in this equation is 4, 125. So how many seconds will the rocket reach its maximum height? Well, its maximum height is 125, so it would be in 4 seconds. Because that's the x value of the vertex. And then the bottom, what's the maximum height? Oh, the maximum height from that is 125 meters from the vertex. Alright, so hopefully this will help you guys out. You guys do have one more, and that's the quiz, and that's going to be worth 6 points. So it's a total of 14 points for tomorrow's homework assignment, okay? The quiz is going to be on today's lesson and from yesterday's lessons when you guys did the square root stuff. Alright? Hopefully you guys this helps you out, and hope to see you guys soon.